Hey guys, Patrick here, aka Bubbles. I'm here to talk about the ExFog. Yes, one last time, just as a review. Stick with me now, and I'll tell you how it went.
Please stand by. I have the small bridge covered. Yes, we are copy. Coming in now. I need more bodies to cover the hospital flares. Break. Back missing the blood. Need to have it finished. I'm going to blow the church. Please stand by for a transmission from the Fringe.
Okay, so we're here to talk about the ExFog. One last time. This is the review of the ExFog. Now, recently I had the opportunity to test the ExFog under real-world conditions in some, I think, ideally suited for a device like the ExFog. It was a 2-day scenario event. About, if you added it all together, 10 hours worth of playing, of field play at a field in Indiana that rhymes with Bort Rocks. It was 95 degrees, 95% relative humidity. It even rained. So ideal conditions for testing fogging. I mean, everybody was fogging up, except me. So the good, it works. It works very well. I did not fog up. My mask didn't even think about fogging up at all the entire day, and both days. It was great. Two, it kept my eyes cool, and it was hot enough that I had short sleeve shirt, so I had my arms exposed and I had my neck exposed. But on a day like that, you're going to take every breeze you can get, and it kept my face cool up here, and that helped a lot. I did notice that if I had the fan up to full, it would dry my eyes out a little bit, and I wear contacts, so I notice it right away. So I didn't go max, and then I didn't require that. 3, the battery lasted the whole weekend, and some to spare. I mean, if you can hear it, it still has juice. And this has been about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now. So battery lasted forever. 4, because it uses USB to charge, I charged the ExFog up in the car on my way to the field, so I didn't have to worry about trying to find an outlet somewhere. So kudos, good design. So in recap, did its job, kept me cool. The battery lasts forever. Good design. So that's the good. The not so good, I will share with you. One, well, I noticed. I'll start with the small one. I noticed when I finished that first day, the channel that is used to hold the manifold, one of the sides had popped loose. So nothing a little epoxy couldn't solve, but I did find that to be a little bit problematic, because not only does the channel hold on to the manifold, but it also provides a little bit of a seal to the manifold. So if it's loose, not only is the manifold possibly going to slide out or pop off, but you're going to get some inefficiencies here. 2, and this is the big one, the tubing that ships with the ExFog. I thought it was going to be adequate, but in real-world usage, it was not. It's way too flimsy. I mean, right? I found that it was possibly pinched in my temples. Using it as it's designed, maybe I wasn't getting as much air as I could have otherwise with a stiffer tube. And 2, it retained folding from being packaged away, so I was always worried about it being kinked. So not only pressed, but kinked. So what I did was, I improvised, as we paintballers are known to do, and I went to a hardware store and picked up some tubing that is used for humidifiers, whole house humidifiers. The tubing is the same inner diameter as the tubing that ships with the ExFog. However, it's a lot more stiff. I mean, look at this. So I replaced that on the manifold with this tubing, and it did a fantastic job. It holds its shape, as you can see. It doesn't kink. I'm sure if you really ground down on it, it would kink and stay kinked, but under real world conditions, that's not going to happen. So I also, as a result, I put some zip ties on the insides of the temples of the mask itself to better hold the tubing. I think if you recall in the previous episode, I would hold the tubes and then put the mask on. I got real tired of that real quick. I wanted to be able to just put the mask on. And so I put the zip ties at the temples because I didn't want to secure the tubes. I wanted the tubes to be able to slide freely because of different headgear I might wear. I may not wear headgear, so I needed the tube to be tightened with get as tight as I possibly could with the back block. However, if I am wearing headgear, that adds another inch or so to the circumference, and so I needed to be able to slide it back. And that's what I did. So there's a little bit of a close-up video to show you how it worked. Okay, so what we had, the problem was the old soft tube couldn't fit through there. So what I did was I actually placed a zip tie in the temple pass-through. And as a result, with a stiffer cord, there it is right here, simply placed, sorry about the shadows, simply placed the hard tube through it. Okay. It's stuck on the foam there. So if you look at it, there's our tube, there's our zip tie. Notice that the tube has, I've got an angle cut to it. Let me do a better focusing job here. I have an angle cut to it. That is so that the air can go more towards the lens than my face, and it can easily thread through the zip tie. No, this zip tie does not poke me in the side of the head, although I do make sure to keep the connector of the zip tie away from my face, pointing towards the mask. And no, it doesn't touch the lens either. So that's the solution to the hard tube and it coming out from the temples. So that's my review of the ExFog. Did its job, kept me cool, battery lasted forever. Just a couple of tweaks, and one little piece of advice for the manufacturer, should he want to listen to me, would be try to come up with flexible mounting methods for multiple different kinds of masks. And let's be honest here, there's 99% of the masks use a flat band back here, which using the T-band that ships with the ExFog or the flat band that ships with the ExFog, no paintball player is going to want to wear two bands. Not going to happen. We're already fighting with our masks. So come up with a plate, a mounting plate that for a standard mask can slide onto the strap and still let that person tighten the strap. Or for an i5, do something like this. This worked really well. It's very comfortable. Even with the strap down the middle of my head, I didn't even feel it, and it was nice and tight setup. So that would be my advice for the manufacturer. Come up with better mounting options for paintball masks that utilizes the paintball masks already built-in straps. That would be my advice. So otherwise, fantastic product. Good job, guys. I liked it much better than the old crosswind that I used to have on my JT goggle. So good job. And I'll see you on the field, guys.